And now, still with no music, so maybe I can make my sounds with under my arm. And for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hip or Critical, your outlet to let us praise or vent on all things that in the end really don't matter. How you doing, Al3xaMK?
I'm doing awesome, Dave MoKE. So what's new in your universe?
Well, I had kind of a new thing, and tonight's going to be the first night I try it out, and that is I have a big king-size bed, and the mattress has been, let's just say it's over 10 years old. So when you get in it, you sag down, and I put stuff underneath it to try to build it up, and it's just such a nice old mattress, you just can't give it away. And so finally,
old mattresses, bed bugs.
How thick the bed bugs must be in that thing. Exactly. So we got a new mattress, and we're looking at, and you can go to like Mattress Firm, you can go all these places, there's thousands of dollars you can spend on this. But I bought one for my daughter going to college, one of these mattresses in a box. They come sealed, rounded up, in a box.
One.
You have one as well?
I do.
Well, I should have asked you about it. So my daughter said that worked out great. So we were like, all right, let's try this. We went to Amazon, bought their brand, whatever classical, it is. Got the king size, 8 inches worth of foam on the top, and let it open yesterday. I got a couple pictures of how it goes, so I'm going to put that up on the site. And tonight, I'm swapping it out. I'll have my first sleep on it, so I'll be able to follow up with you with that next week. How is you? You've had it for how long?
Okay, so this is what happened. We had a mattress that was 15 years old. So we decided we're getting rid of it, so we just threw it away. But we kept the box spring. And so then we bought this 4-inch foam to put on top of the box spring.
Right.
And it wasn't quite enough, so we put,
like a futon. You're only doing a futon at that point.
Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like. So we put a little bit more padding underneath it, and we're like, okay, we got to get a real mattress, because the little 4-inch one was like $57. I mean, it wasn't any money at all.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we can make do till we save enough money for a decent mattress. So we save enough money, we go to Verlo, all right, because our previous mattress was Verlo, and it was really nice. And so we go to Verlo, and we pick out the mattress we want, and we get it home, and we're sleeping on it. Yeah, this is great. This is great. No, it's like 6 months later, it was starting to like break and then do this. And we had like a hump in the middle. And it's like, this mattress is only 6 months old. And I mean, I can take it back to Verlo and have it rebuilt. And I'm like, but it's just going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, your faith in it is gone.
Right. So what I wound up doing was giving it to my daughter to put in her basement, so that they've got like a bouldering wall, and so they can put it underneath there to fall on. Because I couldn't give the thing away. Nobody wants an innerspring mattress anymore. Yeah. So I ended up buying off of Amazon the 8-inch queen size mattress. On the like you said, it comes in a box. It's all sucked in together, and you open it up and you take it out of the thing and you let it rise up, and it's awesome. And we've had it since like last February. Best night's sleep of my life. We bought one for my mother-in-law too, so now you will have the best night's sleep of your life.
Wow. So all right. So very hip. Mattresses in a box through Amazon. Looks like we're getting some good information on that. Amazon, you owe us some money for a plug now. Give us a $50 gift card, so when Christmas comes up, we can buy people gifts. All right.
Now, what we need to do is get an Amazon merchant account, so that when people click through on the Facebook link, that it will link back to, and we'll get like 2.5 cents off of the sale.
Right. There you go.
So yeah. So I know that I had told everybody I was going to the Harley Davidson Museum this week.
You got that in, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm not gonna name my friend, because he didn't give me permission.
Yeah. No,
but it's one of my racing buddies from way back. He's a bigwig over at Harley, and so he offered to take us on the Harley tour of the museum. And if you love history, if you love Milwaukee history, you should go. It is amazing. I'm not a Harley rider. I'm not a Harley person. I'm a sport bike person, but I have a huge appreciation for Harley and its history in racing. And so you go in and you see what they believe is like the first Harley. They can't absolutely positively identify it, but every piece on that bike that's in there is stamped as like the first one. It's like serial number 1. I'm going to post some stuff on our Facebook page with some photos I took. There is like, what they did is they like blew up a bike. So when you view it from the front, it looks like a complete bike, but as you go around the corner,
oh, sure. Yeah, I've seen some great
cool
artwork like that hanging, and looks like it's done from the front, and you turn and it's the United States, you know. So
yeah. Well, this is really cool, and I mean they have tours. I recommend that, you know, if you can go to grab one of the tours, because you're going to get a fuller experience. We were very fortunate to have, you know, my friend take us around and show us, you know, everything and whatnot. But if you like Marvel, they have the Captain America bike there. But tied in with that, how I knew they had it there was we were going through and they have the history of some of the military bikes that they did. And that was really cool. So again, you know, history and the World War bikes, and, you know, how when people came back from the war, that's
when it started. Motorcycle clubs started because the guys had nothing better to do.
Yeah, and so, you know, it's really cool how they show the bicycles. And actually one of the interesting things is most bicycle companies then motorized their bikes. Harley was one of the only companies that had motorcycles first and then created bicycles, which is completely backwards. So that was really interesting. And then I'll post a picture. I'm going to scan it. I'll post a picture. We have a photo in my husband's family of, we don't even know who the people are, but it's definitely family members that are on very early Harleys. I think we figured it was like 1911 or 1914. It's an early Harley. Yeah, so it's really cool. So there's some really neat things there, and I highly recommend the tour. There's racing history there. There's movie history there. They have Evel Knievel. They have, you know, all that cool stuff, and then you can kind of take the elevator up to kind of the Skunk Works where they restore stuff. Right now they have the flat track racing exhibit on, but they'll have for the photographs, but they'll have some other ones going on, you know, coming forth. And so we'll put that also on our Facebook page and the link to the Harley Museum. 10 out of 10 stars would do again. So,
cool. Yeah. Hey, a real quick note. Is it tonight that Survivor starts for us? Is it tonight? Our show tonight is Wednesday.
Yes.
It's tonight. Yes. Okay. It's tonight.
Okay. So you have a favorite picked already.
Well, I'm in 2 pools, and I got CC in both pools. Now, you know, you never win when you have the same person in 2 pools. It's not like you get double the money. And then, of course, you can always have like your money back if you're the first one kicked out. So, you know, that's all I can hope for. CC, get kicked out first. And then, you know,
poor CC.
But, you know, I mean, she's one of the Gen Xers, which really, if depending on the year this is, I was born in 1963 to 1964 is actually considered baby boomers. So
am I older than you? I'm older than you.
Well, you didn't have to say that on the
I'm the old lady here.
So you're a baby boomer as well, but we're gonna root for the Gen Xers. All right.
Yeah, and I don't know who I'm gonna root for. You know how you are with some movies, you don't want to see all the hype.
Right. Read the backgrounds or anything like that. Yeah.
I don't do that. I don't do any of that. I just go into Survivor cold and just let my impressions as the show rolls forward. I'm also a little bit of a I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like all the pop news or whatever, you know, or like the entertainment news, but I do love me some TMZ. So TMZ Live had Jeff Probst on, and apparently that big storm in that area, I forget when that was, when they started filming, came right over the island just as they had marooned everybody and dropped them. So Jeff said what they did, and I don't know how they're going to handle this for tonight's show, but he said what they did is they took each tribe and they put them in a room, put producers in the room with them and told them they couldn't talk to each other for the duration. So I guess it was like 9 hours they were in a room and they couldn't talk to each other because, you know, nothing had happened. They hadn't like known each other or, you know, kind of started creating any alliances or anything. They didn't want that to happen in these rooms.
Right.
So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. What a great experiment. So your box came?
Actually, before we get to that, let's talk about the best sci-fi shows.
Yes.
So we're talking about the sci-fi shows on Netflix. I know you're a big sci-fi fan, and I'm a big sci-fi fan. So let's kind of run down these. PasteMagazine.com had the 20 best sci-fi films
on Netflix.
On Netflix. So number 20 was Continuum. Did you watch that?
Like it. It's a time traveling show. They did a very good job with it. It was great. That girl, the main girl that's in the picture, she just showed up in another show too, and I can't remember where I just saw her. It was kind of like, I think she's in my, what is she? Dark Matter. Maybe she's in Dark Matter. But
okay.
But yeah, it was great. It was a time traveling show, back and forth. It's one of those Doctor Who's people can follow it, those type of things. So definitely go with that one. Sequest, never saw it.
Never saw it. How about Star Trek Voyager?
Voyager, loved Janeway. She had the rough voice.
Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek. It's Star Trek. You got 7 and 9 in there. That was a good franchise. I'm saying thumbs up on that franchise.
Yeah, sounds good. Third Rock from the Sun, enough said. Awesome show. If you want to see John Lithgow at his finest, watch Third Rock.
And what's her name is actually from Milwaukee. The girl in there, Kristen Johnson, right?
Yes.
Didn't watch Clone Wars. I
didn't either, but that is on my to-watch list. So that's going to be
anime. Yeah, you're an anime more than I am.
I love anime, and when it first came out, I'm gonna be honest. I dissed it. It was like, oh, what are they trying to be? When it first came out, and everybody's telling me it was really good, and I was like, and now I've read enough. I've got it on my to-watch list. How about Black Mirror? Were you watching Black Mirror?
Nope, no Black Mirror.
Me either. But people say it's good. Quantum Leap, old
Quantum
show.
Leap. Ziggy.
Okay, and then we have Sense8, which I'm going to talk about. I think I've talked about it before. I'm really excited about that coming back. Lots of layers, Wachowskis, it's really interesting, really fun to watch. It's not everybody's cup of tea. How about Dollhouse? Did you watch Dollhouse?
No.
Okay, how about
Farscape? I have jumped in and out of that thing 3 or 4 times in my life. It is a very bizarre show. I like it for the uniqueness, but it also doesn't keep me. I can't burn through a bunch of episodes on it. It's kind of like
not binge watch material.
Not a binge watch material. It's a very interesting show. Like it, but not love it. No.
Star Trek, Deep Space Nine.
Oh my God, was this the Love Boat of all Star Treks? I mean, that was the worst one there was. You had Quark was about the only thing is profit is not a 4-letter word. So you had him, the Ferengi. But other than that, I mean, again, it was the Love Boat of Star Trek. No. Ugh.
There you go. Torchwood. I know I've seen a few episodes. You said you've seen most of them. What people don't know about this is a Doctor Who spinoff.
Yeah, Captain Jack Harkness. He's the main character. Was one of the best characters in Whovian folklore. Love the show. There's only like 3 seasons on for them as well. So I wish there was more actually.
And number 8 was Star Trek Original Series. Number 7 is Twilight Zone. Awesome sci-fi, enough said. I mean, seriously, you can't say enough, because clearly Gene Roddenberry was a genius in the 60s with that. And Twilight Zone, oh my God, they scared the hell out of me. How about you?
Oh gosh, there's still some of the best stuff on TV. They are.
For sure.
It's all about the human condition. You really look at that. They're all about the human condition.
Exactly. And Rod Serling, amazing. So Star Trek Next Generation, Captain Picard, that's where Patrick Stewart comes to
that's
TV.
Data is in that. Yeah, that's a great series. We all know that.
That is. Futurama, enough said. I mean, how many internet memes are from Futurama?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I never watched Lost. Did you watch Lost?
Once it was on Netflix, I got to go and I did binge that thing, my daughter and I. A very good show. Again, very time traveling. Very got to keep it all together. Of course, a lot of roads that went down one way that never got back to it. You know how frustrating that can be.
Yeah, they said it went off the rails.
Right. But they had a 3-year thing and they made them do 5 years. So I don't blame the people. I blame the company that made up ABC that made them do it for 5 years.
Cash cow. They saw.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, a lot of it has to do with the feeling that where we're at right now with our Mr. Robot. It's like, okay, are we in a fantasy? Are we in reality? Are we in his dad's reality? Are we, you know, there's a lot of that you got to keep track of. So
yeah, for sure.
Very interesting series, worth it. And then just to be gypped at the end and talk about, I didn't like the ending. Yeah, just another one of those you can do. So
yeah, Smoke Monster. No spoilers, right?
Right.
Firefly. I can't say enough about Firefly. Production quality was actually pretty decent for the kind of budgeting they had, and you know, just amazing character development in such a short period of time. They had 1 season to do it. They didn't get renewed. We had the Serenity movie that kind of gave us a conclusion to everything, which I think was brilliant. And I did name my car Firefly, my most recent acquisition.
Great.
Do you watch Stranger Things?
No, I actually, after I looked at that, I actually wrote that down as something I want to check out. I might want to check that out, actually.
Yeah, that's a favorite of a lot of millennials. You know, speaking about millennials versus Gen X, I actually want to watch it. It looks really interesting, and I think it's really cool. And then their number one was X-Files.
Oh my gosh, when they brought back that short X-Files version, David Duchovny still looked beautiful, but Gillian Anderson, I swear, I think somebody was behind her, holding her up, walking her around. I don't know if she had work done, too much work done, or something like. But
well, she had breast cancer at one point, didn't she, or something like that?
Oh, I don't know, but but she wasn't. You know, I mean, just her character wasn't even there. It was even less dimensional than it was before. I don't know. I really didn't appreciate her in the reboot. But the first, first show started off. That was a great show, definitely.
Cool. And now we'll go to the cord cutting. Promised everybody we're going to do an unboxing. It's not technically an unboxing, so I'm going to reach down here and just grab this box. But sorry, people. Basically, what I bought, and hopefully this will come up on the camera, is this Silverstone box. And one of the reasons I bought it is because you can see all of the connectors on the front. I can put an optical drive in here, and then the buttons are on the front and the IR is on the front. So this basically is going to take the place of a cable box. The cool thing about it is also going to be a PC. What I really liked about it was this is a micro ATX case. So this is not a tiny case. It's not a huge case. The smaller it is, the less good the airflow is. So this has nice, you can see through here, all this nice airflow, and there's some on this side too. And that's,
you need the cooling, yeah.
You need the cooling, and the more airflow you have, and then of course here's the inside. And I will be opening this up when I assemble to kind of show you what I'm doing.
Just take pictures. Take some pictures. We'll put them on the site as you go along. If you could do that, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Then the other thing this came with that I was really happy to see is it came with the little bag of hardware that you need for your offsets on your motherboard and everything. And then it also came with this really nice little pile of cable management, which I thought was brilliant. So I'm really thrilled about, starting the project. I want to do a little screen share with you guys. I did choose my motherboard and CPU, which are going to be the next things we're going to have. So let's see. There we go. This is the motherboard I've chosen. This is the Gigabyte GAF2A68HM-8. It is an FM2 plus AMD. It is a SATA. It's got the onboard GPU, and then which means it's a graphics unit, so I don't have to do a separate video card. So that's going to create more airflow. And the reviews are showing that this is really good for the HTPC. And I am an AMD girl rather than an Intel girl. This is the AMD A6 5400K. Is a dual core 3.6 gigahertz socket. And one of the big things about this is it's only going to use 65 watts of power. The lower power you use, you're not going to have those fans going up. So because the more power you have to use on your CPU, you're going to be creating a lot of heat. And when you create a lot of heat, that kicks in all the fans, and then that's not a good thing.
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Yeah, right. So yeah. So that's going to be that. We will put pictures up on the internet. As I build it, I'll take some photos of this and click the links to Newegg. We don't get any money from Newegg. This is coming out of my pocket. So I'm building this because I need it, and I'm sharing it with you because I think you guys would be interested.
Fantastic.
And since, you know, it is going to be a PC, I'll be able to cruise the internet. And I know we have some interesting internet stuff. I know you found this awesome photo, and I'm going to screen share this now.
Well, we always talk about how you know, the headlines don't really tell you the right story, right? It's a sensationalized headlines, right?
Right. Okay. So this one headline says, Trump softens his tone, with the one picture that's on the left, and the picture on the right has a different advertisement at the top, and it says Trump talks tough on wall.
All right, so here's the thing though. So now the person's trying to make this an issue of propaganda. All right, the person who put this meme out,
right.
You know, the power of propaganda. No, then people actually chimed in. Listen, one was in the morning edition, one's the afternoon edition.
Right.
He had said something in the morning, they talked about that. He said something different in the afternoon, so they put that on the afternoon edition. But here's where we're doing. Our society doesn't need to get whipped up by false things, and here we are with another false thing. But people, ooh, look at that, propaganda, and they just click, and they do not, you know, share and click without taking a look at it a little deeper. You need to do that, people.
Well, and one of the places you can go to check some of these things out is this is up on Snopes. Their title is Same Paper, Different Story, and they basically say the same thing you say. It says, what's true? The image showing two editions of the same day Wall Street Journal with opposing headlines. And it says, Wall Street Journal did not publish different headlines in different markets in order to sway voters on Trump. And then they give you all the examples and tell you the conclusion is basically exactly what you said. One was posted earlier in the day, one was a later edition in the day, and that it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't, and papers do this all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something unique or different, you know, no, it's just a different news. Same picture, different news, you know.
And you can do that with anything. So this wasn't that it didn't happen. It did happen. It's just that it wasn't what people were making it out to be. So it's not
one doesn't go to the north and one goes to the south. So
right.
That's not, exactly.
Yeah. So exactly. So cool. Where do you want to jump in next? Where should we go?
Okay. All right. Well, along with those pictures, there was another nice picture of a new mother with her baby, and of course she was feeding. And this is a big thing now is the mother's nursing, and how all of us are supposed to be you know, okay with that when we see it anywhere. Okay, first things first, right? You want to share it on a page that I can click off or on, or not have you be a part of your community. That's fine. That's great. You want to take a private, personal moment and share it with your people. That's great. That's up to you. All right. But they have done experiments, and I don't know what I'm supposed to figure out by this experiment, but they had like a mother on a bench feeding a baby in, like, let's say a mall. And people were coming by, and of course, men were doing nothing but derogatory comments. You know, well, that's sick, and how can you do that? And I don't agree with that at all. I don't. You know, again, if you're being discreet, you're sitting off, you got the baby over there. There's no reason anybody should have to hassle you. All right. But they talked about how all of a sudden a woman sat, and they had a woman sit next to her with her shirt way down and big buxom breasts, and the guys were always coming up to her, chatting and everything, and she's just kind of like, well, there's more breast showing in this woman than there is in the baby, you know. All right, now all that's doing is showing that men are pigs and assholes. I mean, come on. It has nothing to do with, I mean,
some aren't.
But if you had a beautiful woman nursing a baby, do you think you'd be called the rude things? No. Wrong social experiment. Because the one had the mom jeans on and uniform, or mom uniform on, and people didn't want to do that. Anytime there's somebody less attractive and somebody more attractive, there's always going to be that situation. That's for men or women. There's a line, and there's a kissing booth with a good-looking girl and a good-looking guy and a one with a good bad. You're going to go to the good-looking one. We do that as human nature. Now, the other part, so as I go there, I'm not saying that that's the same, you know, again, but men are pigs. All right. Now, I am not trying to think, people are going to look at me and go like, well, this public display, it's not because of some Freudian mother issue that I have where I believe that's my breast and stay away from it. You know, I'm not trying to sexualize it, which is what the label you're going to put on me. I don't think topless women in Times Square are a good idea either. But I do think free the nipple is not such a bad thing either. But for the beach, all right, I agree. Men can have their shirt off. Women should be able to have their shirt off. I don't have a problem with that. All right. But let's face it, Kim Kardashian hasn't worn a bra or an opaque shirt in a year. All right. So she's already freed the breast as far as hers. Now, when we talk about restaurants and women feeding babies,
are we gonna do this as like maybe an after hours rant?
No. Okay. Now it'll just be a little bit more. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Because we got time issues.
All right. We have time issues. All right. All right. So we'll do that as our, but again, I want to talk a little bit more about how the comfort level is supposed to be in that. All right. So
that makes sense, because I know you and I have a little bit different opinion on this, and it's probably because I'm a mom and a female and whatnot. And so, I think maybe rather than just doing the breastfeeding, we maybe have a talk about, maybe, exposure versus violence or something like that, because it kind of goes into that exposure issue. And, I know we're going to do some after hours rants, so we're going to tease that now. We're going to do some after hours discussions. Some of them aren't rants, some of them are going to be discussions. One of the things is going to be about the unisex bathrooms, and we are talking about Ash down is that Racine? She's at Racine. Right. Yeah. And we did have a federal ruling come down today. It is a preliminary injunction. Ash is going to be allowed to use whatever bathroom he can. And I know you have some things to say on this. So we are going to do an after hours discussion on this because, this is a pretty deep issue. And also we both have, differing feelings on it. So I think it'll make for really good internet.
Right. And I think I had mentioned to you a little bit when we were talking in our pre-warm-up show.
Yeah.
That I just recently found my first situation of that when we were at the Oriental Theater for the midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, because you said your SO your
right had to go upstairs and again then I went to the bathroom. And above it says unisex and men, like you go through a door, men and unisex, all right? And then when I get down there, men is to the right, and the old woman's bathroom is now unisex, all right? Now, again, so you didn't do anything different to the bathroom, but now my SO can't go in that bathroom. Now, that's exclusionary again. I don't agree with that.
Well, that again, and then that's what we're going to talk about, because I think that speaks to a comfort level for everybody involved. And that's where it gets really complicated, is the comfort level of the people involved, on every side of this issue. And that's where I think, the courts are starting to step in. So let's save that for our after hours. But I know you have, like you said, your experience with it. And we definitely want to talk about that and go from there. Were you going to, I know we teased this last week, are you going to talk about your customer service call with
well, we're all out of time again.
We're not. You're
hour.
Talking about this. We're talking about this. We can go a couple minutes over.
It's normally one of those things where everybody, okay, so got a red box. Yeah, Batman versus Superman. I haven't gone to red box in a while, and that's when I got that. After seeing Suicide Squad, I had to do the backup, get some, so I'm ready for the next movie. Yeah. Right. So fill in the blanks. All right, so get done watching that. You got to have it back by the next day or you get charged. So grab it, throw it in another red box, a different one, but you can throw them at any one. All of a sudden, yeah, right. It's worked before. I've done it, never had a problem. So all of a sudden one day, about, 14 days later, 7 days, 10, I don't know. I really should have checked. I think maybe it's 11. I don't know. But anyway, I check and all of a sudden I see this charge for $26 from Redbox. And I'm like, what the heck is that? So I call up, and it's like, well, yes, Mr. Morris. And of course, I am talking to an Asian country somewhere, not in the U.S., of course. All right. So, but again, so I call up and I'm sorry, I got to back up. So I'm like, $26. I'm like, what the heck, happened? And all of a sudden my brain, light bulb goes off in your head. And I walk over to my DVD player, hit the button, out comes the tray, and of course the DVD is still there.
Oh, okay.
Now, you can, I gave them an empty box. Now, if you catch that the next day, there's actually, in Redbox, there's empty boxes. You pay $1, put it in there, and still you don't buy it and don't get charged. It's still a good deal.
Right,
All right. So I was like, oh my God, I just bought Batman versus Superman and I could care less about this movie, you know? So what do I do now? So of course, now we're back to, I call, get the Philippines. All right. All right. Listen, there's something we can do here that's $26. Well, Mr. Morris, you know, once you get to that point, we do charge. The movie is yours. You can't return it anymore. It's always for sale. You know, it's already bought and sold to you. It's already your property. And I'm like, all right, floor support. I mean, because I know this is like, okay, I've got the first level person.
Right, yeah, because there's tiers you have to go through.
No, you already agreed when you signed the agreement and said yes to taking our movie. You agreed that yeah. I know all that. I know all that. Listen, I screwed up, but I don't want to pay $26 for the movie. All right, you know, I use your service a lot. I pay overages. I don't want to pay $26 for this movie. You know, well, give me your floor support. There is no floor support here. Oh, okay. Well, what I can do, Mr. Morris, is give you a $10 credit. And I said, make it 15 and I'll be a happy man. She said, oh, well, okay. I applied one more credit, $15. Said you'll get a $15. All right, I'll pay $10. My fault. I got no problem with that. So if anybody wants to watch Batman versus Superman, I got your copy right here. You know, so you know. Yeah, but if you're going to rent it from Rentbox, I don't want to give it to you because now they gave me $15 back. I don't want to take that money from them. All right, so that's my. But so I want to say it's hip. Normally everybody's pretty critical when you call in. I maybe was a little strong on the woman just because, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm not going to pay $26 for this movie, you know. But so they did help me. Redbox did help me, so that was very hip of them. They did give me 15. I can pay the $10 for my own stupidity. That's my fault.
So that was a good rant that had a positive outcome. So
that had a positive. I do want to show
we're equal opportunity rantists.
I try to be. Of course, it doesn't seem that way, but I try to be an equal opportunity.
Okay, so I was remiss this week. I did not gather some things to do for the weekend. The only other thing I can think of that we may do is we might go see Magnificent Seven, but we might go see that on $5 Tuesday. What were you planning, and what are some cool things?
Again, didn't do much last week on my day off and a beautiful day. Took a little walk. I did go out to the Richfield Park too. I know you're about a park's the Richfield Park, beautiful park. I'll have to show you that. I didn't talk about that. But coming up, there was something cool that I had noticed on one of the sites on the St. Francis Library. They have a free movie Friday, September 23rd at 2 p.m. The intern is this week. Every Friday, they have free movies for adults. It's adults. Wow. It's an adult matinee Friday at the St. Francis Library.
Well, it's not adult films. It's films that are for people, not for children.
Right. Well, that still sounds like an adult film. No, it's kind of like a matinee for adults, not adult films. All right, there you go. All right. Waukesha is also trying to get in on the Oktoberfest thing. They're looking around going like, hey, it's Wisconsin. Everybody's doing Oktoberfest. Let's get in on that. So Waukesha is going to have their first one. Get ready for the worst time ever. I had to throw that in. Worst time ever. Worst. But it's really V, isn't it? When it's a W, it's a V. Worst
time ever.
Worst time ever. All right.
I'm German. I have a terrible German accent. So.
And that's at Frame Park on Friday and Saturday, the 23rd and 24th, and that's free. And then there's also something coming up at the State Fair, which kind of got me because I think you and I were talking about this one. There's a maker fair. You used to go to a maker place or talk about a place that you can do that, right?
I am going to visit Makerspace at some point in the future. We had talked. We were talking about that, and I'm going to visit it, and I will talk about it because I want to get a subscription to Maker Faire. I want to go there and make things. So, but I will talk about
this looks pretty cool. That's free too on the 24th and the 25th. So Saturday and Sunday free at the Expo Centers. And they kind of like talk about it as a whole mesh of science fair, county fair, showcasing invention, creativity.
I'm excited.
Tech enthusiasts, crafters. Yeah, this sounds right up your alley.
That's right up my alley. Yeah, I'm excited about that because you know, a lot of people don't know my background, but I'm a seamstress. I do mechanic work. I used to work on my own race bikes. I build furniture. I can upholster. I do all of this crazy stuff. I'm not afraid of power tools. Love the idea of makerspace, and I love the idea of this maker fair. So I will be there. You've just given me something to do for the weekend.
All right, fantastic. All right, and with that, we'll say our goodbyes.
We will. I want to thank all of our viewers. We know we have at least 2 and maybe 1 more, because I think you said one of your buddies is watching.
Hi, Shadesy.
There you go. Hi. So yeah, and we have your mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, actually,
And
Dave's
Pat.
mom. Hi,
And
Pat, my neighbor. Hi, Pat, my neighbor. So anybody who's watching, if you tell 2 people, and they tell 2 people, and they tell 2 people, we will have more listeners. So please tell as many people as you can. The more listeners we have, we can start doing some crowdfunding, do some more cool things. We have some things in the future we're talking about. We're not going to tease those today, but we are going to have some cool things.
Yeah, I'm playing this out with my music, the only music I have.
Okay, you play us out with your music. Everybody, please go visit our Facebook page. We're going to be updating that with some cool photos and links. My Twitter is Al3xaMK, so at Al3xaMke. You can shoot me a Twitter or a tweet, and I will respond or not, depending upon whether I feel like responding or retweeting.
Right. Yeah,
but other
how
than
interesting you are. Yeah.
Depends upon how interesting you are. No, we're not like that, honestly. And we will see you next time.
I wish I could be that picky. I can't be that picky. Please, someone talk to us.
Right, exactly. I think this is our longest episode. We're almost at 40 minutes. So I'm going to call us out. Peace out, Milwaukee.
High five, Milwaukee.
Wait. I got to do my peace out. Peace out, Milwaukee. High five, Dave. Yay. All right. Bye, everybody.